A horrifying case of a 15-year-old girl allegedly set ablaze by AIMIM functionaries in Villupuram of Tamil Nadu has now succumbed to her injuries. The girl was targeted by two men who belonged to AIMIM and allegedly had personal animosity against her father. Well, so here is a horrifying case of a minor girl set on fire over personal enmity in Villupuram of Tamil Nadu. 15-year-old girl whose face has been completely burnt has stated in her recorded statement that two men from AIMIM were the ones who are behind it. She identifies them with their names, and she in fact mentions in her statement that they belong to the AIMIM party. So let me get an understanding from Pramod on what the girl has said and where and when this incident took place. Pramod, extremely tragic to hear that the girl has now succumbed to her injuries. She was set ablaze. When and where did this happen, and what was the provocation for something so severe? To be that too coming from allegedly the AIMIM workers.
As a judgment for burning up a 15-year-old girl, and this is what has occurred in Villupuram district, a location called as Madurai. What has happened is that yesterday, when the child was at her home alone, the neighbors suddenly started hearing screams of the child and smoke coming out of the home. As they entered the home, they were shocked to find out that the child was her hands were tied and she was set on fire. They immediately took her to the hospital, and that is where the child was actually in her death statement, which we saw on video. She's first asking for her father, and then she says when the people ask what happened, she claims that these two men tied her hands, poured petrol on her, and set her on fire. Well, we tried getting more information, as the FIR details are still not out. The FIR, earlier case of attempt to murder was filed. Now, as the child has died, it will be converted into murder itself. But as we spoke to other people from that area, they claim that there was a quarrel between these two AIMIM, the former AIMIM councillor and her father. The thing is that the child's father was running a petty shop, and there was a quarrel over there where allegedly this former councillor had gone ahead and hit the child a couple of days back, and that turned into a big issue as the child's father has hit the person. This personal enmity is being said as a reason for such a horrific thing that has occurred right now. Police claim that they are conducting investigation and reveal the details as soon as possible.
All right, Pramod, thanks for joining us with the latest information. Extremely distressing and disturbing to hear such a case taking place, that too during such difficult times of the pandemic. Thanks for joining us.